Welcome to the Miners post-game press conference presented by People's National Bank. Sign up for a Miners checking account at any one of their many locations. People's National Bank, proudly serving Southern Illinois for 100 years. Now, here's manager Mike Pinto.
Scarpetta, this is probably his best game of the year. One of our better pitch games of the year. Really very efficient with his pitch counts. Got a lot of ground ball outs, and had extraordinary defense today. We played really, certainly above average defense tonight.
You say when a pitcher's performing like he was, maybe that kind of helps out the defense behind him when you have a pitch like that.
No doubt about it. I mean, he was working quickly. He was getting him to hit pitches early in the counts. That does keep a defense alive, and he did a good job of that tonight.
You didn't get those any extra runs early when you had all the guys on, but boy, you sure needed those in the eighth.
Boy, we really did. I'll take them when I can get them. I certainly would like them a little earlier so my pitchers could pitch with a little, more of a cushion. But I'll certainly take them when I can get them.
And that was a big hit by Pedro right there.
Big hit, huge hit. I mean, that was that might have been a difference maker right there because it helped us kind of open things up.
And then Andrew has an unbelievable at bat to draw that walk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised because he has those kind of at bats all the time. I mean, you look at, if I'm not mistaken, he leads us in walks by a ton. He's a real tough guy. I mean, I was on the other side of this trying to get him out. And foul off, and then finally, he gets a walk or gets a base hit. So, how many times has he done that this year? So there's no surprise there.
Talk about the job McMurrin did coming in the eighth, runner on second, no outs.
Again, lately, McMurrin has been that lights-out guy for us. I mean, I think that makes 18 or 19 and a third innings that he's gone without giving up a run. And, to come in that situation, a big situation, and get out of what could have been a mess for us, and this truly that was a save. That's saving Scarpetta's win right there.
It's probably a little more exciting than you would have liked in the ninth there.
Chris couldn't find his release point, and he just didn't look right. And so after the first batter, I got Damchuk going right away, and then we got a couple outs, and I thought, okay, let's not use him if we don't have to. And then when Mottram got on, I said, okay, I can't go any further. I've got to get him out here.
And Mottram, you pitched to him in a couple times where he had runners on base, and you were able to get him out a couple times, or at least he didn't damage it too bad.
Not too bad. He got the ball that he dumped to left field. I went out to the mound. I was thinking about pulling Scarpetta, but he convinced me he could get him out, and he was wrong. So
that's better than him hitting one over the wall.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've done a pretty good job. Keeping the ball in the ballpark thus far, and hope we can continue that for 2 more days.
You made some moves today. You want to talk about them just a minute?
Yeah, I made a lot of them actually. If you look at our team a week ago versus today, a whole lot different. To back up a little bit, Jim Viscomi hurt his knee and retired last Friday after the game in Florence, and then the next day Ryan Mitchell retired after his game. And just kind of felt that he just wasn't getting any better and that he needed to give his back a rest, and so he shut it down for the season. And then this week we released Mike Higa. Mike's a wonderful kid, but bottom line is he was hitting 170. I gave him the whole half to hit, and it just wasn't coming soon enough for us. So we needed to replace that. Randy Molina, I just felt defensively wasn't near as strong at third base as we needed to make a run at this in the second half. Mike Phelps, with the emergence of some of our guys late in the ball game, Mike has struggled, and so he ended up relegated more to a 5th or a 6th inning role. And in the economies of Frontier League Baseball, Mike was making a lot more money than that role dictates. And so we were able to move Mike to Sioux City. We'll get a player down the road in return for him, and it will give Mike a kind of a fresh start.
What about Koski? How's he doing on the rehab?
Yeah, it's not progressing very quickly right now. So we're going to have to be patient. I went ahead and made a move and traded to bring Brad Goldsmith back. We had traded him for a player to be named later, and he is the player to be named later. So
that's a unique situation.
Yeah, it really is. But he was doing a hell of a job. He's hitting 302 down in San Angelo and really doing a great job as leadoff hitter. So he's going to come in here. He'll be at the top of our order, and I love the energy that Goldie brings to the field every day. He plays with absolute abandon, and so we're going to get that out of him.
When will he make it?
He just arrived right before the end of the ballgame, so he'll be active tomorrow. Yeah.
Speaking of energy, the crowd tonight was pretty good.
Fabulous. I mean, if guys can't get up for a crowd like this, I don't know what it takes. You know, most of these guys, truthfully, have never played in an environment like this. And so it truly is a 10th man on the field for you. When you got that crowd getting up, trying to get that last out, you know, they're into it. Great fans. Not just the show-up factor, but they know the game so well.
Given the way you ended the first half, was there a little more pressure or motivation, or I don't know, just
I'll give you the
emphasis on this
I'll
game?
give you the word urgency.
Urgency, yeah.
We've talked about that for the last 4 days. As much as we had 4 days off, you know, I'm really proud of the fact that we had guys in here every day working out. You know, guys were trying to get some swings, keep their arms in shape, and we had a long workout yesterday and kind of went through all of our stuff again, and just really felt that they needed to understand the urgency of, you know, we have a half left. We've got a chance to do something. Tonight we picked up a game on everyone. And so so that's certainly, that's a good thing for, you know, for us to pick up the win tonight like that.
Anything else coming down the way of moves? Very quickly.
No, that really is it. We added Will Block, the all-time offensive producer at Florida Atlantic University. He's going to be a utility guy. He can play second, he can play third for us, he can run a little bit. But we saw him today. He can swing the bat. You obviously saw that we had camp at third base today. And if you see him, he can put a charge in the ball. He's a big, strong boy, and yeah, we really like him.
Pretty familiar with these two teams on the homestand. You just played them last week. Does that kind of?
It's just not a well-done schedule. You know, you just finish playing them, and you turn around, you play them again. If there's bad blood, I'll tell you what that leads to. That leads to fights. That leads to brawls. So we need to do a better job with our scheduling next year. That wasn't smart.
Just how big of a Southern Illinois Miners fan are you? Hi, this is Bill Bond II with People's National Bank. Show your love for the Miners today by opening a Southern Illinois Miners checking account. It only takes $100 to open, and every time the Miners win, you win too. That's right, every time the Miners win a regular season or postseason game, your interest rate goes up. Stop by your local People's National Bank today to find out more.